Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Glad that you are joining me on this Friday for the Friday edition of We Write. Hey Lauren. Hey Beck, welcome. This is Katie M. Reed from katiemreed.com, and I don't know if you can see this, but this is a very sad day. This is our computer charging cable that's totally busted. Hey Jennifer, I'm going to turn around here. So I was all pumped about this Periscope, and then all this bad stuff is happening today. So hey, glad to see you, Jennifer. So I have been working on a memoir, and I sent it to my critique team. They got revisions back with me, and I have been just tired in general. And so, anyway, I hadn't gotten to the revisions. And last night, as I was getting ready for bed, I really felt prompted that it was time to go face the revisions. And so I did, and it was good. However, our computer's cursor is possessed right now, and it is doing whatever it wants to. And it started like erasing my revisions. And I don't know what's going on. Has anyone else has that problem ever before? It's kind of like the touch screen or the touch mouse. And when I use arrows, I feel like it works okay. So anyway, so that was happening. And then I asked the kids, hey, the computer's almost dead. Will you bring up the cord? And this is what I found. And it's on like 20%. And so I was just crying, and it was just awful. And so I'm just feeling kind of under attack that I started my revision. So if you could please pray for our computer to start working, and hopefully hubby can find a charging cable on his way home. But it kind of inspired what I'm talking about in the writing life, right? There are roadblocks. There are risks we take, and there are rocky roads, but we do not want to live with regret. My new friend Jamie Amrine just wrote a great post called "The Blessings Are Worth the Risk." And I want to talk about that a little bit today. Because as we know, as writers and speakers, there's lots of things that can be like this, but you're my audience, so that's what I'm talking to, is there are times when we just want to give up, or we're just like, this is too hard, or this is too costly, or this is too whatever. But if God has called you to it, we need to be faithful. And so last night I was faithful to start some of my revisions. I went to bed way too late, but then if you were following me on social media today, I woke up, my daughter said, Mom, are you awake? And it's about 8. And she said, can I make crepes? I'm like, yeah. And so the wonderful smell of crepes was filling the room. And I thought, you know what? There's times as a mom of 4, almost 5, where I feel guilty for being a writer sometimes, or I feel judged by other people. And there are things I need to work on. But I was so blessed by my daughter, because part of this writing journey, a good fruit that has come out of it, is my kids have started cooking. Probably because they want to eat, but they have started cooking even more, and it's such a blessing. We were talking on our Purposeful Faith getaway, and Angela Parley, I think, was just asking like if people enjoy cooking or not. And I said, I do enjoy it, but just not every day, 3 times a day. It's like when you have to do it, it can become such a chore. And so I was just so blessed today that, yes, Lauren, there's hope. I was so blessed today that I was fed. Someone came and fed me, and it was just, I can't tell you, it was so nice. I just felt like it was God's grace. Like I had that writer's hangover, and it was just great. And then for school, the kids were like, can we please go outside and do a nature study and find all these things and then present what we find? I'm like, sure, that's great. So I was able to get a shower while they did that. And I just felt God's grace on the situation. It's been a rocky road with technology, but it is worth the risk. And yes, there are times we just need to rest. Absolutely. There are times we encounter roadblocks, but let's not let that deter us from going forward, because I don't, at the end of the day, I don't want to say, man, I really should have finished that book, like, or I really should have, taught my kids to cook, or I really should have done this, all those things. It's like, God has got it, even when we face opposition. And I just hope that encourages you today, that it is risky to put ourselves out there, but like my friend said, the blessing is worth the risk. And yes, we need to be led by the Holy Spirit. I'm not recommending you stay up till 2 a.m. every night. That is not a recipe for success. But sometimes it might call for that. Sometimes it calls for being creative with our time, or for letting go of some control and letting the kids, safely take over the kitchen, or obviously today I'm not getting some writing done. Maybe I could read, or maybe heaven forbid I actually pick up a pen and a piece of paper and write like that instead, But I hope you're encouraged today that if you face roadblocks and rocky roads, that doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. Sometimes it just means that the path is going to take longer than you thought, or there's going to be a detour along the way that might be just the thing you need to get to an even sweeter destination. So I hope that encourages you today. And I have on my Crafty Cash mother necklace today. Hey, Tara. And if you went to the blog, you can see that all my readers get a discount with Crafty Cash. So how fun is that? So be sure to go to katiemreed.com. And this discount is good for any time. It just isn't for to be combined with other offers, and it's not for their Etsy store. It's for craftycash.net, and Crafty Cash is with K's. And so they make great gifts. I love jewelry that tells a story, especially with words, right? Because we're writers. So I hope you'll take advantage of that. And thank you so much for joining me for this edition of We Write. Also, if you missed it on Tuesday, I'm running a contest or a giveaway for a shirt from the movie Miracles from Heaven that opened yesterday with Jennifer Garner and Queen Latifah. We got to see a pre-screening of it, and oh my goodness, bring your Kleenex. I cried most of the time, and I don't think it was just because I was pregnant. But it is a very well done movie based on a true story, and how God just showed up in a big way. And so you can enter to win that t-shirt on my blog. And then I will announce the winner on Hammock Time, I believe is what I said. So thanks for bearing with me in my bit of discouragement today. But I'm pressing on down this rocky road, and I hope that you will too. This is Katie M. Reed from katiemreed.com. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you Monday at 1:30 for the Monday message.